I want to live on Isle Delfino. I mean, just look at this. Goodness, this game is so pretty. And I'm not trying to say that it's the best Mario game ever or the prettiest Mario game ever, but just how cohesive and unified they made Isle Delfino has never been replicated in any other Mario game quite to this extent. There's just so much love put into every single area. Like when you go to Rico Harbor, you get to see how vibrant that area is, and it's reflected in the music. This working harbor with all the piantas running around doing their jobs and whatnot. When you go to, I don't know, Delfino Plaza, you get to see this vibrant, bustling city with the fruit stands and the accordion playing and the music. It's such a lived-in, breathing world. And beyond just the aesthetics of each individual area, the island is put together in this way that you are able to see through to all of the different levels in the game. So when you're in Rico Harbor, you can see Pianta Park, you can see Delfino Plaza. You're able to feel like you're actually part of this island, like you're in this unified, built-up area in the actual Mario universe. You're not just scattered levels like they were in Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy. And I know those work well with those games, and I'm not condemning them in any way like that. But having this set, so to speak, that Mario was placed in by being on Delfino Island really just emphasizes how strong of a theme this game has. Everything from the music, the visuals, the characters, the interactions, the way these different people talk. There's one guy that is a Pianta, and no matter what area you're in, he's there and he'll give you sunglasses. All of the different Noki people, all of the different Piantas, these little raccoon tanuki guys that you find in different areas. There's just such a living, breathing feeling that this island emits. And yes, there are some weird things about this game that people have pointed out numerous times. I keep hearing on YouTube that people call this the one Mario game they wish they could like, or their favorite game to dislike, or they really wish they could play this game without some of the more annoying, tedious, and glitchy things that happen with some of the specific levels. And I understand these issues. It's not a perfect game by any means, but when you're looking at Mario Sunshine in comparison to Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, Mario Odyssey, you have to take into consideration that those are all masterpieces. And while I think Mario Sunshine holds up next to those as a masterpiece in its own right, it does have certain tedious things that haven't aged well, or a product of weird experimentation or a rushed development that makes the game a little more brings down the quality of the game to a slight degree, but not to the degree that I think most people online are talking about. There's a couple of levels in this game that people cite as being the cause for it not being such a great game. There's certain levels where Mario gets FLUDD taken away from him by Shadow Mario, and he has to navigate these courses that kind of suck you out of the immersion of the rest of the game by taking you to these courses that are like underground with walls that'll have either retro Marios, clouds, or in one case there's train tracks. They don't fit with the island aesthetic in any coherent way that I can think of. And some of these levels have certain things that make them very tedious, such as the Chuckster level, where you have to talk to a Pianta who throws you across and try to get him to aim you perfectly, and there's a lot of tedium in those kinds of tasks, but it doesn't pull down the whole experience to the degree that I think everyone talks about. There's also a couple of scattered levels that you find that I guess we could call like secret levels or secret shine sprites, which are this game's stars, that you can find by exploring Delfino Plaza using the different FLUDD nozzles. And a lot of these levels experiment with different ideas, such as the one where it's murky water and you have to use your spray nozzle to steer a lily pad, or the one where you launch up through a sort of pachinko-like machine and you have to gather red coins, or the one where you use the spray nozzle and jump off long distances and try to land on small platforms further out. I think these are good ideas, but they fall short in execution. Now, while these levels pale in comparison to a lot of the higher quality levels and really just irritate you or frustrate you as you have to beat some of them to get through the game, I don't think they bring down the whole of the experience, and I think the biggest crime they commit is bringing you out of the immersion of Isle Delfino. This is especially shown when you are booted back out to Delfino Plaza every time you lose a mission, or you die, or you drown, or anything like that. This happens in Mario 64 as well, and it just really pulls you out of the experience of exploring these really well-crafted games. And it's weird to me that the developers of Mario Sunshine and 64 put this feature in there. You would think that after spending like months and months and months crafting these areas to perfection, they wouldn't want to boot you right out of them as soon as you fail. One final thing that I see people going up and down about how weird or kind of uncanny valley it is the voice acting in Mario Sunshine.
Power up complete.
This is the first 3D Mario game to have voice acting, and while it is a bit weird and, like I said, uncanny valley, I think it brings out some humor in the game that wasn't there before. Some funny examples of this dialogue at play are when Mario is in court and he's having this unfair trial where Peach can't even get a word in, or when Bowser and Bowser Jr. are floating away at the end of the game and they're talking about the strength of the Koopa Clan. And while it's dorky and weird, and again, that kind of uncanny valley to a lot of people, I think it really adds to that humor. Now, after talking about a lot of the bad stuff, I want to get back to talking about why I think this game presents the most finely crafted Mario setting that has ever been put into a Nintendo game. As you go through this game, you'll unlock and discover different entrances to levels inside of Delfino Plaza. All of these levels take place on the same island. They all take place on Isle Delfino and show the connection between the different characters, show the different roles that these characters play in the island. You can see this both in the settings as well as the music, the atmosphere, the characters, the different roles that they play, their different jobs, the items you find different areas. Everything brings the game back to this tropical vacation, this tropical resort, this island world society that you haven't really experienced in any other Mario game. This aesthetic is further shown by smaller details, such as the map of the game being like a tourist brochure, and when you go click on different areas, it'll give you a little blurb about what the origin of that area is, who lives there, what it's about, what the different exciting things to do in those areas is. When you click on the hotel area, it tells you about the hotel and what you can do there. It tells you about the casino that's there. It doesn't feel like the game revolves around the main character, or that the world is set out to become a playground for Mario like a lot of other Mario games do. It feels like you are visiting this world and it just so happens that there's a sort of Mario related issue that needs to be fixed. To go into further detail of what I mean by this is, in a lot of the other 3D Mario games and just Mario games in general, there's blocks that are around different areas that don't seem to fit into the themes of the world very well. In Mario Galaxy, there's one section of Space Junk Galaxy where you just walk out and the blocks fall in front of you. There's all kinds of different things that come together in these games to what just feels like happenstance, to feel like it doesn't actually build a cohesive world, that the world is quite literally falling in front of Mario the way that it should be platformed around. But Mario Sunshine, while there are moments like this, such as the secret levels and the ones where Mario loses Flood, that are basically just these kinds of blocks that you have to platform through, the rest of the game feels like you're at a resort and you have to find ways to explore it beyond just the standard Mario fare. And I think this is why some of the more janky, weird parts about it have come out. With some of the weirder things, such as the Watermelon Festival, the Sandbird, the different areas in Delfino Plaza that have weird things. These are the ones where they took this idea and kind of experimented with it in the other direction, and it didn't go the same way. They feel uninvolved and pull you away from the rest of the world, like I talked about earlier. And I think this is because so much of the staff was focused on creating this kind of world developing gameplay rather than the standard Mario platforming fare. There's also this sense of development that comes with playing through the different missions in every level. As you go through each level, it starts off with the first mission showing a polluted post-Shadow Mario area that you need to go clean up. So you first identify and start running around cleaning and trying to solve the mystery of why it's polluted, who's polluting it, and you try to stop Shadow Mario from hurting that area any further. As you go through and develop through each mission and every single level, it gets cleaner and cleaner and cleaner until all the bad guys are gone and it's back to a normal clean beach or a clean harbor or anything like that. Whatever it was going back to, you're helping restore the tourism in this area. You're helping restore the businesses and the livelihoods and repair people's homes, kind of thing, when you're going through these missions. And as you go through each mission and every single level, the final mission isn't a big boss fight to finish it all up like it would be in any other platformer or Mario game. It's a celebration of the area, of the people who live there, of the workers who stay there, to show how grateful they are that you helped them, to show the celebration of just you cleaning it up and helping them out and defeating the bad guy. It's an incredibly rewarding way of progression that I've never seen in a Mario game, or really any other game at all for that matter. You get to see your progress, and you see this even more by the more shine sprites that you gather. It creates a more lit up Delfino Plaza. When you first start off, the plaza is covered in shadow. You have basically no sunlight. It's all covered up by clouds, and as you get these shines, it lights up more. As you clean up the pollution of the island, as you help these people, and there's more celebrations, the light and the happiness and their lives come back. This game just brings to life Delfino Island so well, and I've never seen that happen with any game before. Everything just feels so lived in and vibrant, and you feel like you're making progress as you go through these worlds. As you go through all of these different levels, you run into different characters that live in these different areas. You hear the different music. You feel like you're actually making an impact on this island. And I feel like I'm rambling at this point in the video, and I might be, but there's just so much that Nintendo packed into this game that I don't know where to begin or end with talking about it. There are a couple of pretty large issues with the game, some weird level designs, some jank glitches, certain things that just haven't aged too well. But the way you work through these worlds, just everything from the way Mario controls, to the funny voice acting, to feeling like you're actually helping this island bring back its source of light and happiness and energy and its industry and all of its tourism and everything like this, it is just an incredible game to play through. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I would love to live at Delfino Island. Hey y'all, thank you for listening to me ramble about this game for who knows how long this video ended up being, but I've just seen so much negativity about this game recently online and in my circle of friends, and I just wanted to put something out there that really emphasizes how high quality the world is, and that keeps bringing me back for, God, I don't know, I've probably played through this game 3-4 dozen times in my life, and I'm sure I'll play through it at least that many more times again. And yeah, just leave a like and a comment and all those other YouTube things that you're supposed to do, and have a good day. Peace.